Hi everyone, Bill the Movie Man back at you with another exciting video. Today's going to be based on all of my DVD horror collection videos. I don't think we will actually get through it all today. As you can see, there's quite a few, and so we may just have to do a shelf by shelf on this, and we'll just kind of see how it goes and everything. And without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started. So coming up to the first row, I have Amityville Horrors. I have Friday the 13th, Halloween's, Wes Craven, Nightmare on Elm Street. We have Wrong Turn, Vacancy, Hostel, Saws, Boogeyman, and as you can see, the list goes on and on. I may not get them all out, but we'll go ahead and see what we could come up with. So without further ado, let's get started, and we'll go on moving up to the first shelf here. And in the first shelf, we have, it's a double take, I think is what it says, and we have Amityville Horror and the Amityville Horror, based on a true story. And then, of course, I have another copy of Amityville Horror. And then it looks like two. I got a widescreen and then a full screen, I believe is what it is. And I have The Possession Part 2. I have Amityville Horror in 3D. Moving right along, Friday the 13th, the first one. Gotta like that box art on there. I have Friday the 13th, the 4 movie collection. Looks like Friday the 13th, the final cut. Friday the 13th, part 2. Friday the 13th, part 3 in 3D. And then the final chapter. Then over here we have Friday the 13th, Jason Lives. Friday the 13th, The New Beginning. Friday the 13th, the final chapter. And then we have the killer cut. Moving right along, we got Jason, like that cover. Have Jason Goes to Hell. I'm actually missing, I think, a few here and there that I'm needing. I don't have them all. We have Halloween Collection. It's a 3 film set of the Halloweens. Have the first one with the kind of the 3-dimensional cover, a little bit there. Have Halloween 2. This one here says it glows in the dark. Haven't actually tried it yet, but it is a cool looking cover there. Have part 2, the traditional cover. Some of these you guys might have seen before, but this is actually going to be my whole entire DVD horror collection. This is Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. And of course another copy of a little bit different there. Have part 4. Get through them as fast as we can. We got part 5. I really like that one there with the girl in the knife there on the side of him. That's a cool looking one there. This is Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. We have Resurrection. It's a little hard to hold this because I have having to switch hands holding the camera here. It gets a little tough on this top row. Have Halloween 20 Years Later, Jamie Lee Curtis. Then moving along, we have over here the Rob Zombies. I don't have all of them. I've only got a couple. So right here we have Halloween Unrated, a Rob Zombie collection. And then we have Halloween 2, which is Family is Forever. Okay, and then we have an unopened box of Hellraiser. This has got all of the Hellraiser films on there, I believe. Have Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning, and it looks like another beginning, an unrated version. Those are the only ones I have of those. Still needing to get a few of those to complete that collection there. Have a Nightmare on Elm Street, the very first one. This is actually a 4-film pack here of the Nightmare on Elm Street. Got the very first one. Then I have by Infinity Films, I have a Nightmare on Elm Street, film by Wes Craven. I have a Nightmare on Elm Street, Never Sleep Again. It's kind of got a little bit of a glare on it. I have The Wrong Turn. We have The Wrong Turn 2, Dead End, unrated. The Wrong Turn 3. And I think, on The Wrong Turn 3, I'll try to zoom in on him, but you could see her running, or she's hiding behind a tree, and then you could see him running with the hatchet behind her. I thought that was kind of cool looking box art cover there. Have The Hills Have Eyes, the unrated version. And then I have The Hills Have Eyes unrated part 2. Still don't have the, I guess they had another one. I don't know. Have one called Toolbox. Don't know what that one's about yet. These people out there in a motorhome. I have, moving along, we have The Vacancy. And I have Vacancy 2, the first cut. Having to switch arms here. That's kind of hard to hold up the camera. Have Hostel, the first one. We have Hostel Part 2. I have a double feature. I like that skull there. It looks like something like a hood ornament or something, the way it kind of looks there. But anyways, I have 2 of the Saws. I have Saw 2. I have Saw 3. I'm still missing a couple of those. I have one that's got a clear case on there. That's kind of neat. And then also another one. This one's where he's got his head in some kind of a box or something. I have a movie called The Bye-Bye Man. Don't know what that one's about yet. I haven't got to see it. Slender Man, I have got to see it. Kind of a urban legend, a real strange movie about these kids that go out into the woods, and I guess he's like a tree or something. Slender Man, worth seeing. A pretty good movie. I have one called Child Eater. Guys, pretty ugly looking there. Don't have many of those covers. Moving right along, we got Boogeyman, the first one. Have Boogeyman 2. We have Boogeyman 3. And then we have a 5-film of all of the Boogeymans on there. And I think I've seen the first one. I haven't seen the others. Got Machete Joe. He's holding a machete there. Got another one called Kill Game. These are going to be all my DVD killers. Got one called Dead on Campus. Have one called The Collector. Have Club Dread. Have one called Cry Wolf. I have Cursed, unrated version. I have April Fool's Day. That one's still got a sticker on it. Those stickers are hard to get off there. I have Urban Legend. I have The Craft. Not too scary, but I figured good enough for the collection. I have Cabin in the Woods. These, we're getting toward the end of the shelf, so these are a little harder to get a hold of. I have The Strangers. I have The Hitcher. I have Wolf Creek. I have Rest Stop. I have Abador. I think that's how it's pronounced. I have one called Hell's Gate. I have Cabin Fever. I have Cabin Fever 2. And the Ultimate 4-film collection. Looks like Jamie Lee Curtis. I got Prom Night 2. Actually, it's a 5-film, I'm sorry. And we got Halloween, Halloween H2O, and Halloween Resurrection. It's a 5-film set. Have just Prom Night. Maybe that's a later version. I think that's going to be toward the end of we get to that shelf there. Moving right along, we'll try to get down on the second shelf. I'll try to do this in 2 parts. It'll be a part 1 and a part 2 of this. Get into some of these other killers. Have Chucky. He's a killer. This cover's kind of cool. It's got like a 3-dimensional cover on it. And this has got all of the Chucky movies, I do believe. And right here we have Child's Play Part 2, Part 3, the Seed of Chucky, the Bride of Chucky. Yeah, they're all on there, on that one there. And then, of course, I have the traditional killer DVD collection of the Chuckies on that one. Have the Curse of Chucky. And I have a cover, I think it might be out of print. This one is actually kind of cool. Picked this one up here a while back. And just a cool looking cover. It's still sealed, never been opened. But I do believe that's probably a little hard to get of Child's Play. Thought that was kind of neat. Moving right along, we got Leprechaun. I got a 4-film collection of the Leprechaun. Got part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4 on that one. I got a double feature, red carpet edition, double feature of the Leprechaun, part 1 and part 2. Then I just have the regular Leprechaun. Love that movie. Good classic 80s movie, Leprechaun. Got Leprechaun, got 3 of them. Got 1, 2, and 3 in one version. Moving right along. Last time I showed this movie, I messed up on it. I think I said it was a werewolf, which it's not. It's a Fright Night from the 80s. Classic vampire movie. So I think it is a vampire, but I love that box art on there. Really cool classic cover. Moving right along to Wes Craven's The Shocker. And he's a killer. That's a, remember seeing that. That's a kind of some good cheese fun right there. Good movie. Here we have I Know What You Did Last Summer. And kind of moving into the more of the kids stuff here. I got Scream. And I have Scream 2. Still missing Scream 3. Still going to be looking for some of that later on down the road. Got American Psycho. American Psycho, or I'm sorry, just Psycho 2. Anthony Perkins. Then I have one called The Stepfather. I do have The Stepfather 2 on VHS, but I don't have it on the DVD yet. And we got one called The Riverman. Haven't seen that one yet. Looks kind of scary. Don't Blink. I actually have seen this. If you guys have the chance to see Don't Blink, I highly recommend this movie. It is good. It's got a lot of twists and turns, and it keeps you on the edge of your seat from beginning to end. It's called Don't Blink. Moving right along, you have one called Artifacts. Have one called Encounter. Have The Descent. Have one with Brittany Murphy, Deadline. Have one called Dead Calm. I have some killer clowns. I got Fear of the Clowns. I have another one called Scavenger Killers. I have one called Mississippi Murder. I have Blood Relations. Have one called The Perfect Nanny. You can see her holding that butcher knife down there. And I'm having to switch arms. It's getting harder to hold it up. So moving right along. Got one called The Toolbox Murders. One called Murder at Midnight. Not such of a great cover. One based on a true story called The Dark Angel, based on the true story of Britain's first female serial killer. One called Cannibal. I've got it next to Hannibal and the Manhunters, but I don't believe, I think this one's out of print, but I don't believe that they are related. Then, of course, I got the traditional Manhunter. I have Hannibal. I have Manhunter and Silence of the Lambs on a triple play there. Then the traditional Silence of the Lambs. I have a Hannibal 2-pack, which got Silence of the Lambs and Hannibal. I have Red Dragon. I have one called Gacy. This is the clown killer called Gacy. They kind of got that one burgered up. I haven't been able to get those stickers off of there yet. So that's just the way it goes sometimes. Got Killer Weekend. I have one called the Freeway Killer. Some of these hard to get back in here. Have The Killer Within Me. I have Natural Born Killers. Haven't seen that one in a while. Got Condemned. I have The Eye with Jessica Alba. Called The Eye. Okay. Then we got The Grudge. This is The Grudge Unrated Director's Cut, the extended version. I have the first one. And then I have Grudge 2. Not sure what that is. Another horror movie. I have The Exorcist with, this was with Peter Bailey's, The Exorcist. I have the part 3 of The Exorcist. And have The Exorcist. This one's called The Beginning. Kind of got a dark cover on it. I have an Accidental Exorcist. Kind of creepy looking. I have The Ring. I have Annabelle. Says before The Conjuring, there was Annabelle. Then, of course, I have The Conjuring. I have The Conjuring Part 2. I have The Exorcism of Emily Rose. And then I have some more haunts in here. I'm going to go ahead and run down to the end here. And I believe that's all I'm going to be able to get in this video for now. I'll come back with you guys on part 2 later. I appreciate you guys tuning into my channel, as always. And if you guys do like this video, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And Bill the Movie Man here. And we will catch you guys in the next video. And we'll talk to you later. Have a good day. Bye.